Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Khairul and I'm here right now with my friends. We're going to discuss about pressure and conflicts. So let's get it on.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Ezmer Shafiq, and today I want to talk about introduction of conflict and pressure. Stress, on the other hand, according to the Dictionary of the Halls 1999, stress which brings pressure or coercions that is accepted by a person. Whereas at Oxford Advanced Linus 1983, dictionary defines stress, or in English stress, as pressure. A condition causing hardship, disquiet. Science used the term stress 1964 to be the first to define it as a set of physical and psychological response to opposite consummants and influences. In the wake of this current modernity, societies does various things to develop themselves. Okay, for example, we can look at the adults generation where they go to work to earn money to support life. To live like this is not easy thing to do. This is because they need to meet the various type of human being who can put pressure on them. In our country, Malaysia, suicide incidents often occur with an average of 7 suicides per day, reaching a total of over 2,000 deaths of year. In our country, Malaysia, suicide accidents often occur with an average of 7 suicides per day, reaching a total of over 2,000 deaths a year. The prevalence rate of suicide is estimated between 8 and 13 per 100,000 population per year. Studies show that those who are hospitalized for attempt suicide show that 4 out of 5 people suffer conflict and stress.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Idham. Today, I want to talk about factor of pressure. Among the factors of conflict in the first society is when there is difference of opinion or stance between several individuals, like a disagreement to choose a leader in a team. Second, difference in cultural of personal understanding. Usually, this difference in cultural understanding occur between different races. And the last conflict factor is when there is difference of interest. This happens when there is no obvious solution between two individuals where each of them has their interest. When a conflict is not resolved, the person will fall into the symptom of stress. Next, we move on to the stress factor. As for stress, several factors or cause can cause a person to experience stress. One of the first reasons is that when a person experiences prolonged fear such as phobias, an example of this is when a person has fallen a victim of rape or has been bullied. The second stress factor are physical and social factors, such as receiving threats. When a person receives threats such as death threats and so on, he or she will become scared and overthink about the threats, and so that it becomes a pressure on them. The third stress factor is when someone misunderstands us. This will cause us to feel guilty and shackled by anxiety that causes us to experience stress. Finally, we can conclude that we should be in controlling emotions and situations so as not to cause conflict and stress.
Thank you, Aiman, for the factor of pressure. So right now I'm going to explain about how to overcome pressure for individual. Every problem must have solution as well as the stress and conflicts that often plagues each of us. especially the group of such as teenager. Here I have some initiative that can be adapted by the individual to reduce and avoid stress. First of all, we must calm down. Whenever you feel stressed or tense, by stay calm, and it can help to reduce the negative stress cycle at an early stage. In addition, we need to learn deep breathing techniques, performing breathing exercises that can increase the intake of oxygen and reduce carbon dioxide in the body cell to reduce tension. The next is spiritual worship. If you experience stress, you can perform acts of worship such as zikir and praying according to their respective belief. Worship can provide emotional support and can relieve one's feelings. This is because by getting closer to the Creator can make the heart more stay calm. Then, by always thinking positive. Stress can occur due to our prejudice and misinterpretation of the situation. In other words, overthinking. Try to think positively where you can try to see a good or positive situation in any situation that is negative. We need to think positively to increase our self-esteem. Learn how to think positively because it will help us deal with stress more effectively. Learn how to think positively because it will help us deal with stress more effectively. Therefore, by going method 10B, the physical effect of stress such as heart rate, anger, restless, nervous, headache, and so on, caused by adrenaline hormone response to the body can be reduced. Information. The conclusion is true that every disease and problem has some remedy. Problem and conflict can be solved with the right methods and techniques, which that we can finally produce a future generation that mentally and physically healthy, make nation a model country because of the youth that have healthy mind, and reducing the rate of suicide cases and the news of his company in this country.
Khairul for the points how to overcome pressure individual.
Welcome.
Okay, now I want to talk about how to overcome pressure society. Community and welfare works. Humans are social beings. Humans interact with other humans being. Community and charitable work need to be done to manage stress. If now we see non-government organizations that play a role in building happy community. For students, uniform body activity is one of the best method of managing stress. We can also do charity activities either inside the school grounds or outside the school. Contribution to school, for example, can have great implication in the life of students. Therefore, we will feel calmer and with the work done and create harmony within ourselves. The second point for overcome pressure is by reading the Quran. Start our day by reading the Quran, ideally after the dawn prayers. In the morning before starting for works. The Quran is the greatest miracle. God willing, by reading it, we'll be able to soften the heart and give peace to anyone who reads it. We can also listen to the recitation of Quranic verses at work. In Islam, it is not only reading the Quran that becomes worship and deeds that are rewarded and blessed, but also hearing is rewarding. Some scholars say that hearing people read the Quran, the reward is the same as those who read it. The recitation of the Quran mentioned in his words, which means, and when the Quran is recited, then listen carefully and pay attention so that you get what you see. So al-maqraf is listen to the recitation with the one well can comfort the sad feeling, soothes the restless soul, and softens the heart hurt, and bring guidance for those who believe. Last but not least, the government needs to create various other solutions. Unlike the disease that can be treated with drugs, cure mental illness and problem instead cover many aspects. Appropriation, consideration, recognition, attention, and financial support should be given to a effort campaign and mental program to create a problem-free society that brings the soul to one. However, the question is this only one from another perspective that can be considered to address mental health problem that are spreading like cancer and affect life in our country. To that end, the government must take forward effort to increase and develop memories and mental health case by among other prevention aims to access to psychological control, especially among others as well as establishing a mental health institute which is a one-stop center for treating cases related to health and mental illness.
Ezmer for sharing to us how to overcome pressure for society. Now I, Hafiezy, will talk about the benefit when conflict occurs. Conflict has its benefit and not only harm the individual. Therefore, we will give a little knowledge about the benefit of conflict that all society will give a little knowledge about the benefit of conflict that all society may not know. I will give some important information and a clear explanation of the benefit of conflict to all my dear audience. Among the benefit of conflict that I will explain is that conflict can improve problem identification skill and solution. In this way, individuals who experience conflict will try their best to solve the problems encountered. Thinking outside the box of thought is not a negative thing, but indirectly can mature more in the individual thinking. This conflict can improve skills and provide increased self-resilience individuals in solving the problems encountered. Conflict can also be beneficial in fostering a spirit of cooperation within the group. This is so the lack of negative thinking and individuals who disagree with group members. Ladies and gentlemen, when individuals do not agree can lead to misunderstanding with each other. Misunderstanding can lead to bigger fight. Therefore, when individuals practice and are good at balancing negative thought in every situation, individuals will be free from conflict problems and will experience a more comfortable life. But dear audience, this goodness is rarely found in individuals. This is because without awareness, individuals cannot reduce negative thought in themselves and are not able to accept the opinions of others. Therefore, individuals need to educate themselves in positive thinking and accept the opinions of others without opposition. In conclusions, the benefit of conflict are to able to add knowledge and skills to individuals. This content is one of the most important contents in the benefits of conflict. Solve the problems and encounter. Besides, it can also provide experience to oneself that allows individuals to be able to resolve conflict more easily and quickly without problems. As the saying goes, experience is a valuable teacher. I will talk about the negative effect of conflict. The first negative effect of conflict is frequently forget and difficult to focus. Stress can cause us to forget often and find it difficult to focus on. This is because when we are stressed, we often lose focus to focus on other things that are happening around us. This problem not only harm daily life, but work performance can also deteriorate if we find it difficult to focus on completing the tasks that have been given. The second is insomnia. Insomnia is a human inability to sleep at night. People with insomnia often have trouble sleeping at night and will experience fatigue the next day. Various factors contribute to insomnia, but one of the causes of insomnia is stress. When stressed, the human brain will be more active than usual. Those who face stress should not stop to think even at a time when their body is supposed to rest. When the body gets less rest, then it will become lethargic the next day. The third is headache. Headaches caused by stress are also known as headache due to muscle contraction that occur from emotional stress or physical tension. This headache can occur once or repeatedly in a week depending on their emotional level of stress. The fourth, heart disease. Hormone plays an important role in assuring a person's youth and health. Hormones are also chemicals produced by the endocrine glands that have a specific effect on the activity of other organs in the body. Various studies are showing the link between hormonal imbalance and breast cancer. However, hormonal imbalance can be overcome by taking care of your diet. Therefore, a meal should be accompanied by a balanced proteins, carbohydrate, and fat. Amongst the nutritional practice you can do are eat fish high in omega-3 fat such as salmon and sardines. Drink green tea high in antioxidant and use healthy fat such as coconut oil and palm oil during cooking. Next, the fifth is disturbed digestive system. Chronic stress can disrupt the human digestive system. Symptoms such as nausea, a windy stomach, food that is difficult to digest can be caused by stress. If we face this symptom, the quality of life and health will be affected. Finally, the sixth is emotional is unstable. Unstable emotions are one of the negative effects that occur due to stress. Those who suffer from stress are not able to solve the problem even if it is just a small problem. Also, patients will often feel anxious and easily worry about small things. Those who face stress will easily feel frustrated, have a rapid rise in the blood, and are easily upset. This effect can not only the job but also relationship with friends and family can be affected due to emotional instability.
Thank you, Ian, for the point of negative effect of conflicts. So, for the conclusion, the conflict is common occurred in society. Conflict is one of the forms that social system that often appear in social life that interact with others because of interaction. Often society is confronted with conflict situation, contradiction. Conflict is conflict of interest that occurs in society are conflict of interest between individual with groups, group with groups. Some conflict are easy to end, and there are conflict that last in long time. Stress is a natural part of human life. Every individual has potential that cope with stress. Most people will feel depressed at the same point. Failure to control the stress can be detrimental effect on the individual. However, stress can overcome through effective management to form self-strength in terms of mental, emotional, spiritual, physical motivation, personality values, and spirit of the individual itself. Therefore, rest assured that every problem has a solution as long as you persevere in facing all the tests that been given to you by Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. So that's it for our presentation for today. Thank you very much for the discussion today. I hope you have a great day. Make Malaysia proud again.